The vast, cold emptiness of space stretched endlessly, broken only by the faint shimmer of distant stars. Hana's body drifted, almost lifeless, her damaged exo-armor barely holding together against the harsh cosmic environment. Blood-like fluid leaked from multiple fractures in her protective suit, creating tiny crystalline droplets that floated around her unconscious form. Days earlier, she had been a proud warrior of the Orbital Collective, a military unit known for its ruthless efficiency and complete devotion to mission objectives. Now she was nothing more than discarded debris, forgotten by her own kind after a brutal battle that had decimated her entire squadron. The last moments of combat replayed in her mind, even in her unconscious state. Plasma cannons erupting, massive, warships exchanging devastating blows, the sudden breach in her vessel's hull that sent her spinning into the endless darkness. Her commander's cold voice echoed in her memory. Casualties are acceptable. Mission continues. Her breathing was shallow, each breath a struggle against the suit's failing life support systems. Temperature regulators flickered, warning lights blinking desperately. She was losing heat rapidly, and her body was slowly shutting down. Hana's species knew no concept of individual rescue. Warriors who could not return under their own power were considered dead, their genetic material deemed irrelevant for future breeding cycles. Compassion was a weakness in their civilization, a sentiment utterly foreign to their military culture. As her consciousness drifted between survival and complete shutdown, random memories surfaced. Her training, the brutal combat simulations, the complete removal of emotional attachments. She had been engineered for war, nothing more. Her suit's emergency beacon pulsed weakly, sending out intermittent signals that seemed more like whispers than actual distress calls. Most spacefaring vessels would ignore such a faint transmission, assuming it was simply space debris or a malfunctioning piece of equipment. Hours passed, maybe days. Time became a meaningless concept in the infinite blackness. Then, something changed. A distant vibration, a subtle shift in the electromagnetic field surrounding her damaged body. Her suit's sensors, though damaged, detected something approaching. Something different from the cold mechanical signals of her own species. Hana's eyes remained closed, her body suspended in a state between life and death. But deep within her genetically enhanced nervous system, something stirred. A primal survival instinct that refused to surrender. The approaching vessel was unlike anything in her technological database. Its energy signature was unique, organic yet precise, warm yet disciplined. Not like the cold, calculated machines of her own civilization. Soft illumination began to penetrate her suit's visual receptors. Gentle scanning beams, unlike the harsh radiation weapons she was accustomed to, started analyzing her physical condition. These scans were careful, almost cautious. Her suit's translation matrix, struggling to maintain functionality, began processing unfamiliar communication frequencies. Words emerged not as commands or tactical instructions, but as something entirely different. Life signs detected. Preparing emergency extraction. Minimal damage containment required. These were not the standard operational protocols of a military rescue. These sounded concerned. As specialized extraction mechanisms engaged, drawing her damaged body towards an unknown vessel, Hana's last conscious thought before complete system shutdown was a sensation she had never experienced before. Something that felt remarkably like hope. Her body, held within a carefully constructed containment field, slowly moved towards an unknown destiny. The warrior who had been abandoned was about to discover that her journey was far from over. The universe, vast and unpredictable, had other plans. In the infinite darkness between star systems, a rescue was happening. A rescue that would change everything, and Hana knew nothing of what was to come. The United Earth vessel, Horizon, hummed with quiet efficiency. Captain June Park stood at the main observation deck, his eyes fixed on the complex holographic display showing an unusual energy signature detected in the surrounding space sector. Something about the readings felt different, not like standard space debris or abandoned satellite signals. Enhanced scanning, he commanded softly. Junior Navigation Officer Co. Wu manipulated the control panel, her fingers dancing across holographic interfaces. Thin lines of blue and green light crisscrossed the display, gradually revealing more details about the mysterious signal. "Sir," she called out, "we're detecting a biological life form. Minimal vital signs. Appears to be non-standard configuration." Most spacecraft would have ignored such a weak signal. Most crews would have continued their predetermined mission paths. But the horizon was different. Its crew understood that space held mysteries beyond standard operational protocols. Captain Park studied the readings carefully. The life form's energy signature suggested something extraordinary, not quite matching any known species in their extensive galactic database. Its technological signature seemed damaged, fragmented. "Prepare emergency extraction protocols," he instructed. The medical bay began transforming automatically. Specialized containment chambers activated, their transparent surfaces flickering, with adaptive protective fields. Dr. Yan Kim, the vessel's primary xenobiological specialist, started preparing specialized medical equipment. "Unknown species," Dr. Kim muttered, reviewing initial scans. "Unusual cellular structure, advanced biological adaptations." The extraction process required precision. One wrong move could destroy the already fragile life form. Mechanical arms, extended from the vessel's exterior, designed to create minimal disruption during rescue operations. Slowly, carefully, the damaged body was pulled into the vessel's medical containment zone. Emergency life support systems engaged instantly, analyzing and adapting to the alien physiology. Inside the containment chamber, Hana's body remained motionless. Her damaged exo-armor looked alien and complex, filled with technological components far beyond standard human understanding. Microfractures revealed intricate biological mechanisms that seemed to blend technology and organic matter. Dr. Kim worked meticulously, each movement calculated, each intervention precise. "Stabilizing primary biological functions," she reported. "Cardiac equivalent showing minimal activity. Respiratory systems require complete reconstruction." Hours passed. The medical team worked continuously, their focus absolute. They weren't just treating an unknown life form. They were preserving a potential key to understanding extraterrestrial existence. Captain Park watched through the medical bay's observation window. His expression remained neutral, but his eyes revealed a deep curiosity. Decades of space exploration had taught him that every unexpected encounter carried potential for knowledge, for understanding, for something greater than their immediate mission. The ship's artificial intelligence began compiling initial reports. Complex algorithms analyzed every microscopic detail of the rescued being. Comparative databases searched for potential matches, potential origins. Nothing matched exactly. As advanced medical nanobots worked to repair cellular damage, subtle changes began occurring. Damaged tissue started regenerating. Broken systems slowly reactivated. The alien body, which moments ago seemed close to permanent shutdown, now showed signs of remarkable resilience. Dr. Kim noticed something extraordinary. Despite being from an entirely different biological system, the alien's body was responding positively to human medical intervention. Adaptive mechanisms within its cellular structure were accepting supportive treatments. "Fascinating," she whispered. Outside the medical bay, the horizon continued its journey through the vast, dark canvas of space. Stars flickered like distant witnesses to this unexpected rescue. No one on board knew what would happen next. No one understood the full implications of their discovery, but they had saved a life. And in that simple act, they had potentially changed the course of galactic history. The rescued warrior, Hana, remained unconscious, her future uncertain, her past forgotten, her destiny yet to be determined. The universe watched. Silently. Patiently. Soft blue light pulsed gently inside the medical chamber. Hana's eyes flickered, muscles twitching with unfamiliar sensations. Her body felt different, lighter, less confined. The constant pain that had been her companion for standard cycles was absent. Dr. Yeon Kim watched carefully, her hand hovering near a communication device. Every movement, every subtle change in the alien's biological readings was recorded meticulously. Hana's first conscious breath was sharp and unexpected. Her lungs, or what functioned like lungs, expanded differently. The air felt warm, almost alive, nothing like the sterile, recycled atmosphere of her military vessels. Her eyes opened, not in a sudden movement but gradually. First, a slight crack, then a wider gaze. The room around her was unlike anything in her previous experience. Soft, curves, warm lighting, no harsh metallic surfaces or weapon systems. A human stood nearby. Dr. Kim. Her movements were slow, calculated to appear non-threatening. "You are safe," Dr. Kim spoke, using the ship's advanced translation system. Hana's first instinct was combat. Her body tensed, muscles prepared for defensive action. But something was different. Her weapon systems were offline. Her combat implants seemed dormant. Captain Jun Park entered the medical bay. His approach was deliberate but calm. Years of interstellar diplomatic training had taught him that first contact required patience. "We found you drifting," he explained. "You were critically injured. We rescued you." The concept was alien to Hana. In her culture, wounded warriors were left behind. Survival was an individual responsibility. Rescue was a weakness. Yet here she was, saved by complete strangers. Dr. Kim began explaining her medical interventions. Complex nanobots had repaired critical damage. Specialized nutrient solutions had stabilized her biological systems. Each explanation was careful, designed to build trust. Hana's communication implant struggled to process these interactions. Her entire training suggested these beings should be potential targets. Yet they had saved her. Without condition, without expectation of immediate return. Days passed. Slowly, Hana learned about human communication, their gestures, their unexpected emotional complexity. The medical team treated her not as a potential weapon or intelligence source, but as a living being deserving care. "Why did you save me?" she asked one evening, her voice still recovering. Captain Park smiled. A gesture she was learning meant positive communication. "Because life has value," he responded simply. The ship's educational systems began helping Hana understand human culture, their history, their struggles, their capacity for both destruction and incredible compassion. Each lesson challenged everything she had been taught. Her warrior training suggested manipulation. Find weakness, identify potential threats. But these humans showed something different. They shared knowledge. They offered understanding. The medical bay became her classroom. Dr. Kim, her primary instructor. Captain Park, occasional mentor. Slowly, carefully, Hana's perception began to change. The rigid military programming that had defined her entire existence started to crack. Small moments of genuine human interaction began revealing a universe far more complex than her previous training had suggested. She learned about individual choice, about compassion, about saving life simply because it was the right thing to do. Her body healed, but something more profound was happening. Her understanding was transforming. The horizon continued its journey through space. Stars moved past the observation windows, and inside, an alien warrior was learning what it meant to be more than just a weapon. A potential future was being born. Quietly, unexpectedly, the ship's communication systems hummed with quiet intensity. Hana stood beside Captain Jun Park, her body now fully recovered, her mind wrestling with a terrible revelation. Her species, the Orbital Collective, was planning a massive invasion. Multiple peaceful civilizations would be destroyed. Entire planetary systems would become battlegrounds, and no one knew. "They will attack through the Crimson Corridor," Hana explained, her fingers tracing holographic star maps. 3 standard cycles, precise military strategy. The human crew listened carefully. No interruptions, no unnecessary questions, just focused attention. Detailed star charts appeared, showing complex invasion routes. Hana's military training meant her intelligence was precise. Every coordinate, every potential attack vector. She revealed everything. Captain Park studied the information quietly. His fingers moved across interactive displays, analyzing potential defensive strategies. The threat was real and massive. How many worlds, he asked. 17 confirmed planetary systems, Hana responded. Approximately 3.2 billion potential casualties. The ship's artificial intelligence began running complex probability scenarios. Red warning markers appeared across multiple star clusters. The potential for total destruction was high. Hana felt something unexpected. Guilt, responsibility, emotions her previous training had systematically eliminated. These humans had saved her, and now she was helping protect civilizations she once would have destroyed without hesitation. Dr. Yan Kim entered the strategy room. Her medical background provided unique analytical perspectives. She understood biological systems, population dynamics, the true human cost of potential conflict. We cannot allow a full-scale invasion, she said simply. The crew began developing intricate plans, not just military responses, diplomatic interventions, strategic negotiations, multiple approach vectors that considered both defense and potential peaceful resolution. Hana watched, fascinated. Her own species would have planned only total destruction. These humans considered alternatives. They saw potential beyond pure conflict. Advanced communication systems began encrypting their strategic discussions. Secure channels activated. Potential intervention plans developed with remarkable speed and precision. We will need your complete cooperation, Captain Park told Hana. Your inside knowledge is critical. Her loyalty, once absolute to the orbital collective, now belonged somewhere else, to these beings who had saved her, who had shown her another way of existing. The ship's energy levels increased, defensive systems prepared. Every technological resource focused on a single objective, preventing a massive interstellar conflict. Hana's warrior training merged with human strategic thinking. Her precise military knowledge combined with their innovative problem-solving approaches. A unique strategy emerged, not total destruction, but strategic intervention. Multiple scenarios were mapped, potential diplomatic channels explored, military blockade routes calculated. Each plan considered minimal casualties. Each strategy designed to protect life. They will not expect this, Hana explained, pointing at a complex star cluster representation. Their military thinking is linear, predictable. Captain Park nodded. Understanding passed between them. 2 different species. One shared objective, save lives, prevent destruction. The Horizon transformed from an exploration vessel to a potential guardian of multiple civilizations. Its crew, once focused on scientific discovery, now prepared for a critical mission. Stop an invasion. Protect the vulnerable. Challenge an established military culture. Hana realized she was no longer just a rescued warrior. She was now a critical component of a larger plan, a plan that represented hope. The stars outside seemed to watch. Silent, patient, waiting. The final confrontation approached like a gathering storm. Hana stood on the bridge of the horizon, her body tense, eyes focused on the vast starscape ahead. Everything they had planned would be tested in the next few hours. Orbital collective warships emerged from hyperspace, massive metal structures designed for total destruction. Their weapon systems charged, ready to obliterate entire planetary systems. Conventional military wisdom suggested total annihilation was inevitable. But this was not a conventional moment. Captain June Park's voice remained calm. Initiate Communication Protocol Delta. Specialized communication arrays began transmitting complex signals. Not weapons, not threats. but a carefully constructed message that would challenge the entire military philosophy of Hana's species. The key. First wave of orbital collective ships paused, their standard attack patterns suddenly disrupted. Hana's communication implants translated the incoming responses. Confusion, uncertainty. Something unprecedented was happening. Dr. Yeon Kim worked alongside advanced computer systems, broadcasting detailed information about potential casualties, economic impacts, genetic diversity losses, not as emotional pleas, but as precise scientific data. "They are listening," Hana whispered. Strategic intervention points had been carefully selected, not random locations but critical communication nodes that would force systemic reconsideration of the entire invasion strategy. The human approach was brilliant. They weren't fighting, they were communicating. Orbital collective command structures began experiencing internal communications breakdown. The invasion momentum started losing structural integrity. Thousands of warriors began questioning established protocols. One strategic transmission can change everything. Hana watched as diplomatic algorithms developed by human experts created microscopic cracks in her species' military philosophy. Precise, calculated, transformative. Hours passed. Tension filled the ship's atmosphere. Every crew member understood the potential consequences. Entire civilizations hung in delicate balance. Suddenly, communication channels shifted. The massive warships began powering down weapon systems. Something unprecedented was happening. Negotiation initiated, the ship's artificial intelligence announced. Captain Park looked at Hana. No words were necessary. Their collaborative strategy was working. The invasion was being stopped, not through total destruction, but through understanding. Hana realized her entire existence had been transformed, from an abandoned warrior to a bridge between civilizations. Her personal redemption became a potential pathway for her entire species. Multiple planetary systems that would have been destroyed now remained intact. Billions of lives saved through strategic communication. As final negotiation protocols completed, something remarkable happened. The orbital collective's command structures began internal reforms. The rigid military culture started showing first signs of transformation. "We did it," Dr. Kim said quietly. The Horizon had done more than prevent an invasion. They had introduced a new concept of conflict resolution, compassion as a strategic approach. Hana looked out into space. Stars seemed to shimmer with unexpected hope. Her journey from an abandoned warrior to a potential peace broker was complete. Not through violence, but through understanding. The universe watched, silently acknowledging this moment of profound change.